Hey, everybody, welcome down to Live at Lunch. It's great to have you with us today. This is our final Live at Lunch. So if you're been hanging on tender hooks every Wednesday to watch it, don't have to tune in next week. But we will be utilizing this format, and Live at Lunch will rear its head whenever we feel we need it. It's something we did for the Holy Joe series, and hopefully you found it really beneficial and worthwhile. We've had a couple of great preachers now, and as we're kind of coming up to Christmas, we're into our new Christmas series. Christmas isn't canceled. Phil Coleman did an absolute cracker of a sermon on Sunday, and if you haven't heard it, please go to sunnyhill.church and you can listen to it there. Adam is in the house, and Fru are in the house. Adam and Fru didn't preach, but we're going to be doing something a bit different today. We've also got Dom and Louise in the house who basically weren't ready. So we put them on, they've pulled themselves off. So now we're going to put them back on, and then we're going to speak a little bit about what we're going to do today. But it is great to have you. Comments are open. Please tell us what you're having for lunch. Tell us kind of the things you've enjoyed most about Live at Lunch. Obviously me, but like if there's other things, but don't feel like there needs to be other things. You can just keep going on about me, and I'm absolutely fine with that. We'll be back in the next, let's say, 6.5 seconds. And we're back. We are back.
That's awkward.
Hello, everybody. How are you all doing?
All right. We're good. Yeah.
So, Louise Bird, what are you having for lunch?
Sunny Hill Classic. I'm going to the mug shop today. Pickled onion monster munch. So,
I mean, the pickled onion monster munch. There's a big question mark over there because pickled onion as a crisp flavor. It's not right, is it?
it doesn't sound right. I'll give you that. It really doesn't. But it's so good. It really is. It's nothing like it.
Fru, what are you doing for lunch today?
Well, we had a rather crispy leftover wrap from a couple of nights ago. So bit of cheese, okay, and then you warm it in a frying pan, both sides. It was quite nice.
Is it crispy because it's from a couple of nights ago, or was it crispy when you made it?
No, it was crispy because it had been kept a couple of days out of its packet.
Oh, days.
Perfectly nutritious and much less MSG than pickled onion crisps, though. So.
Oh man!
I had porridge.
You had porridge.
Just to be a bit weird.
That's where it's happening. Hey, Simon, good to have you. Simon's having a roast chicken, steamed peas, carrots, beans, and gravy.
Oh,
Amazing.
Nice lunch. Nice.
I mean, it sounds better than pickled onion monster munch and old crispy like tortilla things.
This is
What is happening? Dom Bird, what are you having? Good to see you. What are you having today?
I'm having cheese and Vegemite roll. Thank you very much.
Look, it's a roll and it's not pot noodle, so that's always good. Hattie's in the house. Hey, Hattie, great to have you. Crispy bacon and peanut butter on toast.
That's new.
That is new. I've never heard of that one.
American.
Sick.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Bacon and peanut butter. Bacon, yummy. Peanut butter, yummy. Bacon and peanut butter. But speaking of peanut butter, it reminds me of one of the worst meals I've ever had. Me and Tremaine had just started dating, and she came around to meet my parents, which was kind of a humorous experience in themselves. And what happened is we sat down for dinner, and my mom put this thing onto my plate, which kind of looked green and brown, like mud. Like, it's hard to describe what it looked like. It was absolutely like savage. And when you bit into it, it tasted exactly how it sounded. Like, that's exactly like, do you know when you look at something and then you think about the description of it and then you put it in your mouth and you go, yeah, that makes complete sense. And what she had done is she had taken spinach and she had refried the spinach in peanut butter. So spinach refried in peanut butter. It wasn't good.
Not good.
Absolutely terrible. Well, if you've just joined us, it's great that you're with us today. If you aren't aware of it, you would have heard by now that we're looking at going live back into the room really soon. We can't wait. We think it's going to be really good together, and we wanted to dedicate an entire final Live at Lunch show just to talk about some of the practicalities around that. You can ask questions if you have them, throw them up in the comments, and we'll put them up as we kind of get ready to go back into the room. To jump in and to start off with, I'm going to aim this at Dom. Dom, how is this not just a reckless move for us to do?
I don't know, to be honest. I'm really worried about it now. I'm playing.
So that's gone really well for us. Really well, really quickly off the bat.
The reason I think it's not reckless is because we're actually, if you look in the area, we're one of the later churches to kind of reintroduce physical gatherings. And it's something that we didn't just want to just do immediately, just knee-jerk reaction, just go, oh, we're allowed, let's do it. That must be the best thing. Really, we've just been waiting, and we really just sense that God has been laying it on our heart that we need to reactivate those physical gatherings. So it may be perceived as reckless, but it's more reckless to be disobedient. So we just feel that God's kind of just leading us in that way. And so we're going for it. We're going to go right at it.
That's great. How are you feeling about it, Louise?
I'm excited, Richard. I'm really excited. I think we've all missed being together. And I think it's revealed, the church is at its best when it's together. And so I'm really excited to get everybody back in the room again. I think we're ready. I feel like the world's kind of adjusted to COVID. I think it's something that we've learned to live with now, and to manage the risks well. So I feel like heading back into a gathering now feels like we're coming in stronger than if we'd have knee-jerked straight back in when we were allowed. So let's go. Let's do it.
It's great. And obviously, Adam and Fru, as campus pastors in Ferndown, how do you guys feel about kind of starting to think about gathering back together, everyone getting back into a room?
You're really excited. I think, what the same as what Dom and Lou said, actually, that it just feels like the time is now right for this. We're ready for this. After talking with people who, specifically in our campus, but actually across Sunny Hill, it seems like everybody's ready for this now. And whereas when churches started to go back in the summer and in the early autumn, it just didn't feel like the right thing to be doing for us. And I think we were just obedient, to keep doing the online thing and to keep doing our best, doing the best we can with that. But now it does feel like it's time, and because it's time, we just think that God will bless that. So,
really good.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good. Do you have any concerns about getting back into the room? Let's start off with Dom and Louise, and then we'll jump down to Adam and Fru.
Well, let me say I have absolutely no COVID concerns. Right. I think we will work hard to be compliant and try to make it safe. And also, we're not just going to a solely in the room experience. We will continue to have 11 a.m. broadcast for those who are shielding or those who feel not so confident to come back into a gathering, or maybe they just don't want to rush back right now. So I'm not worried about any of those things. I think my biggest concern, honestly, is that we just fall back into the way we were before, just doing things the way we've always done them. Because I think there's just that real gravitational pull, because actually we enjoyed doing them that way. But I think actually we're coming into a season that's going to be different, and it's going to be new, and it's going to be new for the people coming, and it's going to be new for the people leading. And I just want to make sure that when we come back, we are really just seeking out the heart of God. And we'll probably talk about that in a little while, what that may look like. So my concern isn't to do with safety, and it's not to do with compliance, and it's not even to do with how many people will come back. It's really to do with, can we make sure that we're really tapping into what God is doing today rather than what he did yesterday? Because that's where we want to do life and ministry.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good. Adam and Fru, anything you want to add to that? Any kind of concerns you guys carry?
I think if we had gone back in, I don't know, March or April, like soon into lockdown, I think there's that thing of everyone feeling like, oh, it's not like it used to be. And we're missing this and we're missing that. And I think now that we've been in lockdown so long that actually all of that, it's like the expectation isn't that it would be the same as before. The expectation, we all know it's going to be different. And if you like, we're a bit desensitized to all those inconveniences of wearing a mask or not touching people and, all of that. So I do think that I'm just really excited because I think not only is this going to be a new season, but I think everyone's just had this switch in their head turned in a new direction, that we're open. So I'm really excited because I think it won't be like it was before. It can't be like it was before. And no one even expects it to be like it was before. But then you've got this big ... What is it going to be like? And I just know that God's going to do something amazing.
Great.
It's really good. Yeah. I think this is a threshold moment. When you look through church history, there have been hundreds of threshold moments where something significant happens, either in society or in the church, that just changes it forever. And I think that's what we're coming into. So I think people have to come. Yeah. And I preached into it not Sunday just gone, but the one before, Holy Joe, let's go. Like, we're not talking about letting go of bad stuff. We're letting go of all the great stuff that we loved. Not because we won't see some of that resurface, but really what we're wanting is to really pursue what God has for us in this season. And so I know last time we faced quite a bit of criticism. Indeed, some people even left because we weren't gathering and people thought these people aren't interested in gathering. And of course we are. Our heart is to be in a room with people. But like Fruit said, we didn't just want to do it for the sake of it, or do it even because we could. Like Adam said, we decided actually let's just stay online. But now we're coming into a time where we just feel that God is just really moving us in this way. And so there is very little fear, bags of excitement, and lots of hard work coming. But for us, we just feel like, we're just really excited about what's going to be coming out in 2021.
So good.
Can I just add something? I remember hearing I was at a leadership conference, and I think it was Craig Groeschel was speaking at it, and he said something really interesting. He said, actually, the biggest danger your church faces is not the things that you do badly, it's the things that you do well and keep doing even when that season is over. So that's your biggest danger, is you just live with the successes and keep doing the same thing over and over because it's going well. And he said, that's not how the kingdom of God works. There's freshness and there's new life and there's new ways of doing things. So I think we're all on the same page. We're all excited. We're ready for different.
Yeah. And I think
what does Craig Groeschel say about doing things badly and keep doing it?
We have no experience in that, Richard. We don't know what you're talking about.
No, nothing whatsoever.
I was going to say, I one of the things that's what I think, as we're quite in a privileged position, even though it's lots of work for the leaders of Sunny Hill, is that every Sunday we have a gathering still because we are doing the broadcast. We're doing the Sunday expression that people are receiving through the TV screens, through their iPads. So we get that ministry component in the room, which is cool. But more than that, we also get the fellowship kind of thing, which is really the heart of what church is about. And what I'm really excited about is we've continued to be ourselves, just on a smaller scale. And come 2021, we're going to do that, but we're going to be inviting people into that experience with us. And so I'm just really excited to see what it's like as you begin to have larger numbers of people getting into a room and just capturing what God is doing together in that space and laughing together and being together. I'm just really pumped about that. It's going to be awesome.
Great. Do you want to add anything, Louise? You're just sitting off to the side, just kind of there eating your Monster Munch.
Sorry, who are you talking to?
I've still got some of my Monster Munch left, but I know everyone is just waiting for the moment where I have to tip this bag, because that's how I eat it. Just tip it up, but not for right now. No, I think it's kind of all been said. Really excited. I don't feel any nerves. I guess I love the way that Fru's put it, that there may have been that worry that people would be disappointed that it didn't look exactly like it looked. But I think so much of life doesn't look anything like how it used to look, that people have had to let go of things. And so I guess you've got to let go to take hold of the new things. And I think everybody at Sunny Hill just really desperately wants the new things. I think we're ready to lay hold of something new. And I think we've really taught people that to lay hold of something new, it means you need to lay down something of value. And so I think it's going to be great. I think there's going to be a real anticipation that kind of whatever happens, us in a room is better than us not in a room.
Wow.
I know, it's deep.
That's really profound.
So I think
let me capture that.
You got your notebook.
What did you say?
This is a tattoo, isn't it? So if you hit the place
I miss
I think they're angels right now.
it's better than not being in the room.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
So Louise Dalrymple has just made a good observation. She says, you're all looking good. I think mostly that was aimed at me. I went for a beard trim this morning. Come on. Look at that.
Look how nice that looks.
Yeah.
Symmetrical at last.
Good.
What was sad about it is I had the most nervous student cutting my beard. It was funny, man. Honestly, he was, but he did a good job. So I was quite
Was
excited.
it Charlie?
Also, let me just point out this. Come on, what's happening here, guys? What's happening?
No.
What's happening? Where's your jumpers?
You always have the most Christmas jumpers of anybody in the South team ever, and yet you don't put your Christmas decorations up till late, and then you take them down really early. So
Yeah.
I like that you wear them. You're festively attired.
Yeah, for the last, I put effort in. I was going. It's the last Alive at Lunch show. I'm bringing a Christmas jumper. You're just dressed normally. Dom, did you even brush your hair? Did you? Nothing. No.
We didn't really sleep last night. Zeke was
The
up
Bird
late.
Boys. What is going on right now?
We're like tired.
Well, I mean, thanks, Louise, for pulling us into whatever dark things are happening in your house. But come on. So, I mean, I'm really excited to get back into a room. And if you've just joined us on the Live at Lunch show, it's great to have you. Please tell us what you're having for lunch. We would love to find out more. We've got a special treat coming up. But obviously, if you haven't heard Sunday's sermon, we're not talking about it today. But Phil did a great intro run to Christmas Isn't Cancelled. And he's got a good follow-up coming this week. But if you haven't heard it, I'd really encourage you, go and listen to it. One of the big takeaways is how he landed it. Is oftentimes when you're listening to the news now, the idea is that we're going to save Christmas, but actually it's Christmas that is going to save us. And if you're wondering what that's all about, do go and listen to his sermon. Now, before we get back into a little bit of what we're talking about, I've got a final section that we're going to be doing, just a little bit of a game. And so you guys need to get ready for some competition. There will be 1 billion points given to the winner, and those points count for nothing. 1 billion points. So here we go. We're going to be back with a new game that we started last week, and I can't wait for us to play it. We're back, and we're going to be playing Guess That Christmas Song. So, I mean, this is what it's going to come down to. What is going to happen is I'm going to play the first second and a half of a Christmas song and stop it. And then you need to try and guess what it is. So if you're online, jump into the comments and let us know if you can identify what the song is. We have got some Christmas heavyweights here. We got Louise, who's Christmas mad. We got Adam, who knows every song ever written.
I really do.
And then we've just got Dom and Fru, who are basically just sailing along on their coattails. So we'll see what happens.
Me and Fru are just the eye candy. That's all.
And I'm bringing everyone a cup of tea.
I mean, cup of tea, Dom, eye candy. Would we say eye candy? Maybe old hard-boiled candy left behind a piano, something like that?
Little hairs on it.
So, is everybody ready for this? Now, here's the key, guys. I need the name and I need the artist. So the name of the song and the artist, both of them. Here we go. First song, listen carefully.
Last Christmas.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, we got to hold on. Anyone in the comments, if you want to put in what you think it is now, that would be good.
Huh?
You sure about that? I mean, I heard some of those. Are you sure? Just think carefully about it.
Got it. Oh,
Gemma Hamilton, Last Christmas. Yes, please. Thank you, Gemma. So, Rob Barron, Last Christmas, Wham. Ooh, Last Christmas by George Michael, ? Interesting. Louise Dalrymple, Last Christmas. Here we go. Okay, Adam and Fru, what are you saying?
We're saying Last Christmas.
And I think we're going to go for George Michael.
So Last Christmas, George Michael.
That's 80%. No, probably more 60%.
It's wrong. It's Wham.
It's Wham.
So you're going for Wham, you're going for George Michael, we're going for Last Christmas. Let's have a little look, see what it is. Come.
Last
It is by Wham. It is by Wham. Last Christmas.
But it's clearly the Chinese like Wham. Wow.
Wow. I know it's Wham. Last Christmas, Wham. When I was trying to find the video, it became problematic because everything was in 4K and I needed a smaller file. And so I turned to my good friend China, and right there I found what I needed. Thank you, China. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you like me to sing it in Chinese? Because no, I won't.
No. I mean, we can, but I don't know if that would be wholly appropriate.
We have two things to thank China for this year. Great. Too soon.
Too soon. Okay, so here's the next one. Everyone ready? Remember, I need the full name of the song and I need the artist.
Ooh.
Got it.
Okay, so we've got it in here. If you're in the comments, let us know what it is. You may have missed it. I'll quickly play it again for you if you are listening. Here we go.
Oh, that was too much.
But, it's for the people out there. Just giving them a little bit of something.
But Dom's going to cheat now, and he's going to go on the second playing.
You already got it in the first place.
Hamilton absolutely smashed it. Driving Home for Christmas by someone in a car. Hattie, Driving Home for Christmas, Chris Rea.
Oh,
Chloe, Driving Home for Christmas, Chris Rea. What are you going for, Dom and Louise?
Well, I didn't get it at all, so I'm going to say what you said.
I just said Driving Home for Christmas. I didn't.
We're gonna say George Michael for that one. Chinese George Michael.
Yeah, Wham by Wham. Adam and Fru.
Yeah, Driving Home for Christmas, Chris Rea.
Come on. You can't go anything wrong. Plus, this could be one of the greatest videos I've found in a while. Get ready for it. It's going to blow your mind.
See those faces.
So,
is that the Wessex Way?
That's what they put out on top of the pops.
Wow. Like what Hattie says, Hattie's like, wow, the 80s were weird.
I'm just going to play that again and just picture Dom in a bit of an oversized suit, okay? Just in your mind, mentally picture Dom in a bit of an oversized suit. Plus, what is going on with that guy in the white hat? What is happening there?
So
there's a lot of questions about the whole thing, really.
Yeah, it raises a lot of things.
And where is his beard? Because he sings like he's got a beard. Doesn't his voice sound like he's got a beard?
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
Doesn't he? Later on in life, when he sang "The Road to Hell."
But that voice—that's a beardy voice, I think.
It is. Okay, so the last one we're doing is one of the most popular Christmas songs ever written. So it's been played on the radio more than any other Christmas song.
What could it be?
What's that one we just listened to, or another one?
No, the one that I'm going to play to you now. So get ready. Here we go. If you're watching and you're joining us, remember, post in the comments what you think. Listen carefully because this is going to be quick.
Easy.
Slave. Yeah. Is it Slave? Yeah.
If you're watching, leave in the comments. Let us know what you think it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
Right.
We got it, man. We got it.
Okay, you've got it. Okay, cool. I'm going to play it one more time, and then we're going to let people in the comments kind of get it in.
Yeah.
That was good. I like the way you keep doing this as well. Like you're doing a magic trick.
Can I just say, I think you've been turfed off YouTube because of copyright infringement.
Oh, really? I mean, there is a chance that that's happening. I'm not even going to lie about it. There is a chance that that's happened. Okay, here we go. Adam and Fru, what have you got?
We've got Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah.
We're not sure whether it's Slade or Wizard,
Okay.
but also there's another one wrestling in there.
Yeah, not sure. That's Slade, I think. Isn't it? Or was that Wizard? I don't know. I can't remember.
I can tell you if you want.
Go
So
on,
here-
What you got?
It's definitely 1000% Wizard. Definitely.
Okay.
And it's, I wish it could be Christmas every day.
So I wish it could be Christmas every day.
That's not the line, is it?
It's not Shaking Stevens, is it?
No, it's Wizard.
Okay, here we go. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you hanging up or starting on your wall? It's the time that every Santa has a ball. Does he ride a red-nosed reindeer?
It's a fit, man.
Slade, mate. Slade.
Oh, so it is Slade. So Slade is the album. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, Dom and Louise.
Yeah.
You got it.
They're very good.
Yeah.
I like them, but I don't know names or.
How embarrassed.
Noddy Holder, mate.
There we go. And that's his real name, which is a great name. So that was Guess That Christmas Song. We'll be right back after this. So are we still on?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, we're having fun. I'm just checking this out. I'm not.
What, South mean again?
I think we've come off Facebook potentially. It's not good, man.
Well, we're
None
having
of this is good. None of this is good. This has gone horribly wrong.
How are people still viewing it, or are they not?
Through YouTube. I think it's right. Anyways, carry on, Richard. I'll look into it.
So we're not too sure if we're live or not. We don't know if there's anybody out there or not. If you are out there, leave us a comment. If you can. If you can't, I don't really know what to do.
We are still
Or
on
should I
YouTube.
go live again?
Okay, it's all good. No, just carry on. We'll just have to put a link on the email out next week or something.
I can end the broadcast and re-go live.
No, it's,
No, actually, I can't do that because then I have to reset the whole thing up.
okay, carry on. As you were.
We'll just carry on going as we are. So if you do find us, we are somewhere on the internet. That's at least what the count is telling us. So hopefully you've discovered us and you can carry on joining in the fun. I'm now beginning to get messages coming in. I'm still getting a Facebook stream, but don't think comments are coming through. Oh, great.
Oh, there we
YouTube is okay. Full Coleman, we're watching on Facebook. I mean, everybody's commenting now all of a sudden through my phone. I feel pretty much like that time we had on Adam Clark and we had to speak through the mobile phone because he couldn't get his speakers to work.
That's fine.
Oh, great. We've seen the comments come back in from the guys on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, I don't know why the comments aren't working, but it's probably because we've broken a couple of copyright laws by using other people's music. I don't know what else to tell you.
Welcome
Thank
to
you,
Sunny Hill.
Facebook. Or I think it's because we thank China.
Oh, it might be.
Oh,
It might be.
oh, whoa.
Conspiracy.
About China.
Xing,
Are we not allowed to talk about countries now?
okay,
I don't know.
no, you cannot. You cannot say free speech doesn't exist unless you're saying what they want you to say. Conspiracy alert.
Yeah, I'm guilty.
Hey, where's
So anyway,
your
we're not talking about the sermon today. In our final, the Live at Lunch, we're talking about regathering and coming back together in a room. Did you see how I just chat?
There's Richard. Richard spells it in a controversial way.
This is literally, and do you know what's painful about this? Is none of you will know how long it took for me to try work out if this is right or wrong, and it's still wrong. I could not work out, is that right? Is it wrong? I don't know what it is. It could be anything.
Controversy, yeah.
Oh, it is sad. It's a sad, sad time. So for our final Live at Lunch show, and it's great to have you. We're busy talking about gathering together back into a room, and we're excited about it. We can't wait. If you've got any questions over that you want to ask, please put it into the comment sections. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, go to YouTube and put it in the comments, because that's the only way that you can get those questions in. But outside of that, Dom, coming back into the room, obviously we're shifting gear a bit. What are we going to be doing? How's it going to work?
So I think one of the biggest challenges of this season is we're leading two different sets of people with two different, very specific thoughts about meeting. You've got a camp of people who think that meeting is reckless, uncaring, unloving, okay? And then you've got another camp of people in the church that think, where's your faith, man? Like, we should be meeting and all that. So leading in this season is really complicated because obviously, you know, they say like the skill of church leadership is keeping everyone equally unhappy. That's what they say the skill of church is. And I think that's really kind of something that we've experienced, people having very diverse views. That's why we've always sought to seek God on what we feel he's leading us to do. So coming back in January, I think it is going to be quite different because obviously we're going to have safety measures in place because we want to be as compliant as possible. We're going to be meeting from Corfmullen on the 3rd of January. Then as of the 10th, Ferndown campus are also going to be relaunching as well. But I think our gatherings are going to look quite different. As a team, we've been praying into what this next phase of ministry should look like and what we feel God's laying on our heart. And Louise, you actually had a picture over the weekend alongside what other people have just been carrying prophetically. Do you want to share something of that picture just briefly, because it might help kind of how we're unpacking January?
Yeah, definitely. So it was on the Sunday morning prayer meeting, and it spoke in two different levels, but I'll speak on the level that it relates to in this specific moment, talking about relaunching church. I saw a picture of like earthquake rubble or like war rubble. I couldn't really tell, but it was basically buildings surrounded by broken bits of rubble, bricks and dust and stuff like that. And there was someone just looking through the bricks and selecting the ones that they wanted and just setting them aside. And I just really felt that it was talking about heading back into church. What does it look like? What are we building with? What are the things that we're going to take from everything and use at the moment? And then the following day, on Monday, I was reading the Bible and I came across this passage in Nehemiah. And it's Nehemiah 4:10, and it says, "Meanwhile, the people in Judah said, the strength of the laborers is giving out, and there is so much rubble that we cannot rebuild the wall." And I really got this sense in the Nehemiah passage, talking about rebuilding of the walls, and this idea that we're almost talking about rebuilding church, right? Or building church ultimately, and what that looks like. And just this idea that there's a lot of rubble from what remains of what Sunny Hill used to be, right? There's a lot of things that we used to do that we can't do at the moment, and so they kind of lie in a ruin. And of those ruins, we need to be careful to select from the rubble what are the things that we're gonna implement now to start building new, not rebuilding the old, but building new, but taking those important things that made Sunny Hill and make our faith real, and just build with those things and try not to incorporate all of the rubble all at once. That kind of idea, really.
Yeah, and I think on that, for us, the conviction of the leadership team is that what we want to do coming into this next season is spend some time really just focusing on Jesus as a community. You know, because actually, if you focus on Jesus, you get everything. You get a passion for the church, you get a burden for evangelism, you get a bigger vision for your life. But I think one of the challenges of the last season is, and we've noticed it even in this kind of this season of lockdown, where people have maybe misplaced, and it sounds wrong, but it's kind of how we see it, misplaced their trust and their commitment and relationship to the church, almost bypassing Jesus and seeing church as their liberator, seeing church as their source, seeing church as and so what we really want to do is just strip back components and just make the big noise Jesus coming back into physical gatherings. So we're going to kind of go more simpler at it. And we're just going to, for the initial few weeks, until we feel God lay it on our heart to change and do something a bit different, we're just going to preach Jesus. And the three words that came to us were that we need to preach, we need to worship, and we need to break bread together. We've got to do communion. And so we're going to do that, and we're going to prioritize small groups midweek. And really our hope is that we're just going to point people to Jesus. And in doing that, people's love for the church will increase. People's commitment to the mission and the cause of Christ will increase. And so we're really excited about it, but it is new territory for us. I mean, we've always been about Jesus, undeniably. Like, it's what always been our motivation, always been our driving force. But we're going to strip back so much that it's just so easily identifiable in us.
We don't want people to be confused and think that Sunny Hill is the savior.
Yeah.
I think in this moment when the church reopens its doors, people are so excited to get back because they've missed each other. But ultimately, the reason why we gather is for Jesus.
Yeah, that's good.
And just make sure that there's less distraction, less noise, less other things to take us away. Really just point people to look at him. That's the hope.
So good. And Adam and Fru, do you see all of this also kind of executing across Ferndown campus?
No, we're going to go for it. We're going to bounce castles and balloons and Ferris wheels and everything. We're going to be doing the whole work.
And t-shirts with our faces on, right? That's what it's all. Actually, Adam said something really interesting when we had some prayer time yesterday with the senior staff leaders. And you said that, you know, Jesus has always absolutely undeniably been the center of what's led and driven the leadership team towards all of the many different programs, you know, whether it's marriage or whether it's Freedom in Christ, homeless, you know, so many things, the hospitality team, all the different serving, all of that has been driven by focusing on Jesus. But not everybody necessarily, not everybody does sit in those decisions. And actually, it's a time for everybody, whether they're an occasional visitor to Sunny Hill or whether they're the lead pastor, right the way through, to just think, actually, if it's not all about Jesus, if it's not driven by Jesus, if it's not just in the close companionship with Jesus, then why are we doing it? And I think that's been something that lockdown has done for everyone, is if Jesus is at the heart, it's been actually in some ways a brilliant time because you get to spend time with Jesus and you're not kind of sorting out how many cups do I need to take to church today on our campus, or, you know, whatever it is, all those extra little details. But if Jesus hasn't been the center of things, it's been a very bleak time. And I think, you know, we want to make sure that this Jesus is the center of every Sunny Hillites faith.
Can I add something? I think you put a comment up from John Woodhouse that said the early church is a great reset or something. Hey, John. It's just early church. I think that's exactly right. This is a great moment for all of us, for the leaders, for the church, for everybody to reset our priorities, reset our thinking. And the early church, all they had was Jesus. That's all they had. They didn't have Paul's writings necessarily. They didn't have all the other stuff that we take for granted. They didn't have the Bible that we have now. All they had was a knowledge of Jesus and his resurrection. And that's the thing that motivated them. That's the thing that grew the church. That's the thing that gave the church health and life. And I think it's the right place to reset to, is just making it all about Jesus. And you know, we don't know what that looked like. And I think we've decided intentionally that we're not going to know what that looks like necessarily week to week. And I think probably it'll change week to week, but just making sure that, you know, all of our focus is in the right place, the place where we're going to be made whole again.
Great. So good.
Yeah. I think that's so important. Is the reality for most people coming out of lockdown is that there is a huge amount of brokenness. Mental health issues, relational kind of dysfunction, financial dysfunction, just so many kind of brokenness all over the place. And I think it's easy in those moments for people to look to church for wholeness. Like, can you help fix this? And we've become really good at programmatizing. Making progress.
That's the word. Definitely, that's a word.
Programmatizing, is that not a word?
How do you spell that?
Where's the alerts? Hold on.
Programification, is it?
Hold on.
Programmery.
Programmatizing. But I think we become really good at making program to deal with that brokenness. And yet in Isaiah, it paints a really different picture. Isaiah 53, Isaiah writes his words like thousands of years before Jesus comes, and he goes that it's through his brokenness and his punishment and his bruises that we will find our wholeness.
Yeah.
And in a period where you kind of watching this could be searching for wholeness, there's only one place that you're going to get true wholeness, and it's in Jesus. And so I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a challenging but interesting time coming back in off it. But hey, that's not ending up kind of what we're doing for Christmas. We've got some exciting Christmas things coming up. Christmas Adventure. Fru, how's it going?
It's great. It's so exciting. I get the photos through. They come through to an email which links to my email account. So day on day, I open up my inbox at the beginning of the day, and there's these photos flooding in of all the different things that have been humming. Some of it hilarious. Some really hilarious stuff has happened this week, but also some really lovely stuff and great stuff from Next Gen as well.
Yeah.
Photos from Grace Upton, who had hand sewn these beautiful decorations to give out to her neighbours, and then they all hung them in their homes, and just celebrating what she'd done and just using what she had in her hand and the relationships that are around her to just extend kindness. But yes, some funny stuff, some great ideas, creativity. It's going well.
Great.
So amazing. And Don, we got some Christmas stuff kind of coming up. Do you want to give us a quick rundown of what's happening over the next couple of weeks?
Yes, please. So we've got a kind of our last kind of standard Sunday service as of 2020. Our last completely fully live. Actually, no, that's not true.
No, it's not. There's another one.
It's not. That's true. So we've got Sunday services, and Phil's going to be preaching. Christmas isn't cancelled. That's going to be great. Then the following Sunday, that's really the invitation point. We've got 2 services which we believe are going to be appropriate and suitable for every age group, every personality. It's just going to be fun, but it's also going to be powerful, and it's going to be meaningful. So in the morning, we've got a bake-off kind of episode that we're doing the whole Sunday morning on the 20th, the 11th, is a bake-off. But don't be confused. It's not just messing around with cake ingredients and gingerbread stuff. We've got Ollie Goldenberg bringing some powerful insights about the Christmas story. And when we were sorting it, I was picturing families sitting on sofas together, watching this and just enjoying their moment together. So that's going to be really cool. And then on 6 p.m. on the same day, there's going to be a more traditional carol service where we do carols and we bring a message, and there's even going to be a small nativity scene happening with kids and stuff. So all those kind of nostalgic elements to kind of Christmas as a child are going to be at some point kind of manifest on the 20th of December. So make sure that you are inviting people to those events. It's going to be so cool.
That's great. It's going to be such an exciting time over Christmas. So do join us. Do invite your friends to kind of come and join and tune in and watch in. And hopefully you're making use of those Christmas isn't cancelled cards, giving those out exactly what they look like, and giving it to all of your friends and neighbors so that they can kind of tune in. So I'm going to start with Adam and Fru, and then I'm going to cycle it to Dominique. Go for it, Fru. I see that.
Just to say, I've got some more of these. So everyone who signed up for the Kindness of Christmas Adventure will have received some of these in the post. But if there are people that want more, there's not a huge number left, but there are some. So
email christmas@sunnyhill.church.
Yeah, and you can invite people via this postcard.
So good.
And just a quick update. People who are wondering if Dan Moore found a girlfriend after we put his mobile number out on a public forum last week to help him find some love. No, he hasn't. So, ladies, if you're single...
He seemed happier, actually.
We spoke to him yesterday, didn't we? Yeah.
Quite
so maybe there is some interest coming in. But if you're single, if you email christmas@sunnyhill.church, is that the address? And just say, I would like to be Dan Moore's Christmas gift. We can make sure that we pass that on. That's too far, that.
Jump out.
Hopefully Dan's watching. Who knows? But Adam and Fru, if there was something you wanted to say to the Ferndown congregation as you guys are looking ahead to start regathering, and especially for some people who may be carrying kind of some concern over that, what is it that you would want to tell them?
It's going to be totally compliant. We are being super careful and making sure that everywhere is going to be clean and it's going to be properly distanced, and we're going to be looking after you. Okay.
We are. And also, we are going to be lifting the name of Jesus.
Yeah.
So
That too.
don't worry that you can't, I don't know, clink your coffee cup against someone else's coffee cup. That's not.
They're cardboard.
That's not it. I know, but metaphor, I don't know. But that's not what it is. We're going to be lifting Jesus and glorifying Him, and that's going to happen. Whatever. So come if you're comfortable to do that.
Good.
And obviously, Dom and Louise, kind of the same question, but maybe just a little bit more onto it in terms of just looking ahead, in terms of going, actually, I know that you guys feel that it's deeply important for church to start to regather. Mm-hmm. Even in the kind of season that we're coming out of and everything that's been going on, I wonder if you could just put a little bit of meat onto why you think kind of as we come off of this, it's really important for people to begin to prepare themselves to get back into the room together.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think online ministry has been really cool. It's been such a great kind of tool for us to kind of continue to get the message of Jesus out there and to encourage the believers and encourage the church and stuff. It's been great, but it is fact. It's no replacement for the gathered church. The church is really the house of God, and therefore, when we assemble together in a physical place in one moment in time, we believe powerful things work out, powerful things play out. But that being said, like we're aware that not everyone is going to be able to come back initially straight away. Maybe they're shielding, maybe they're just not quite ready to do that. We're still going to honor the online commitment that we've made and that we've started, really. So people will still be able to tune into church. But our hope is that over the coming weeks and months, that we will just see a resembling of the new Sunny Hill, of what's emerging, of what God's doing. And we totally believe in it. But we also believe as well that people's habits may have slipped in this season. Other things may have taken church Sunday place. And we don't want to be religious about this, but actually this is a real priority to us. And so we want to create that marker every week where we say, this is the house of the Lord and we love being together. So here we are. And like Fru says, other than all of those compliant things, we're going to be lifting up the name of Jesus, and powerful things happen and play out when that takes place. So, yeah. What about you, Luby Lou?
Yeah, I think on the habits thing, I definitely would have. I think we've seen so much that a lot of people's ability to get access into church has changed through the lockdown. Parents aren't able to watch at 11 o'clock if they've got young children. It's very distracting, and so a lot of people's commitments have changed, and what we really want to see is that people just reprioritize their commitment to each other, to commitment to gathering again, the commitment to Sabbath, and all those other things that have sort of crept in. We just really, that's kind of why we're doing what we're doing. We're stripping it all back and we're just focusing on Jesus. Is that we don't just want Sundays to be the focus, to focus people on Jesus. We want people's lives to focus towards Jesus. And so that's kind of what we're modeling in our Sunday services. And then throughout the week is that kind of not just for this moment do you focus on Jesus, but for your everything do you need to focus on Jesus. And so we're really hopeful that people will feel the pull towards coming back to church, the pull towards gathering together. There is something. I mean, we watch Hamilton. I know that Adam's watched Hamilton. So good. The birds have. And there's that song, I want to be in the room where it happens. I want to be in the room where it happens. And this idea that there is something powerful about us being in the room together as it happens. And certainly I've watched a couple of broadcasts because I've had children, and this is kind of, Sunday, I missed on Sunday, didn't I? And it is different. It is really different. I missed being there on Sunday, even though it is still different. Broadcasting is different. It is different watching it at home on the TV screen. And I'm grateful for the technology, but it's not the same. And so we want to be in the room when and where it happens. And we want people to be there too.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be really good. And so we would encourage you, start to get ready to kind of come back in and to join us live in the room. We're starting that the first Sunday of January. We'll be gathering together, and we'll be opening up slots. You're going to have to register to get in that, and that will go out the Sunday before, and then we'll keep that pattern to just kind of create a space so that people have a fair chance to be able to get in that. I was just having a little chuckle. John Woodhouse says, I'll clean my teeth before 11 a.m. Love that. That's funny.
You don't have to brush your teeth on Sunday anymore, do you? Because no one sees you. So.
No, you got a mask on as well. So even if your breath stinks, you're the only one suffering.
Which pickled onion crisps here?
Yeah, the pickled onion coming out.
I haven't done this bit yet.
Oh my god.
Oh.
There we go. That's for
It's
you.
nice. It's
That was for
insurance.
you, Fru.
Yeah. And there it is, the tip back. Roar. It's been so great having you all join me on Live at Lunch. We've had a lot of fun doing the Live at Lunch show. It's been a great thing. We will be rearing our heads now and again when we feel there's a need to. But for now, this is our final show, and we're going to be signing off. I thought a good way for us to end will be quickly to play out on a little bit of a Christmas hit that no one could identify. And then we'll be coming right back after this little Christmas interlude to say goodbyes.
Are you hanging up or starting on your wall? It's the time that every Santa has a ball. Does he ride a red-nosed reindeer? Does it turn upon his sleigh? Do the fairies keep him sober for a day? So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. Look to the future now, it's only just begun.
Yeah.
And I thought that it would be good to end on that prophetic line from Slade. Not a lot of people think of Slade as prophets, but it says, Merry Christmas, look to the future. It's only just begun. It's only just begun.
Go.
Yes.
It's been so great having you. Have a great rest of your day. We look forward to seeing you this Sunday, 11 o'clock for Sunday Live. I mean, it's all a blur. Phil Coleman's going to be bringing a great continuation to Christmas Isn't Cancelled message. So please do log in, join in, leave some comments. We would love to see you. Going to get a strike for that, Richard. Yeah, I am going to get a strike for that. That went on way too long, and definitely these videos will be removed. But hey, there we are. Adam and Fru, thank you so much for joining us today. Dom and Luis, thank you for making the time and joining us. It's been great having you guys. Outside of that, have an amazing, 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 amazing rest of your day. Goodbye.
So long. Bye.